Hey there, my friend. It's me, Ashley, and I'm here today with a little bit of a different format than usual. I've decided I'm not going to teach today. Instead, I'm going to share more about me and more about what's going on for me lately because, I've been out for a while. I haven't been here. I haven't had the space to create videos the way I had before, and the other thing is I've just been feeling this strong calling for a while to share more of myself on here on the channel and trying to figure out, well, how do I actually do that in a way that feels authentic to me? It's actually not as easy as I would have thought. I think it's something about actually talking to camera. It just doesn't feel the way talking to a person feels, even though I know that you're right there. So the only way I'm ever going to learn it is if I just show up as authentically as I can and a little bit like not knowing what the heck I'm doing. So I wanted to share with you a little bit what has been up for me the last couple months. I don't know how you feel, but I feel like my world and a lot of stuff in it has just been turned upside down in so many ways. In April, we had a death in the family that was like a really shocking thing. And it was also the kind of thing where after this person died, a lot of things were revealed about the way they'd been living their life, and like some dishonesty and betrayal and like things that had come out that were also really, really shocking and completely like upended the way those of us in the family sort of perceived the way things were happening over the last few years. And I would say that starting around that time, like in the end of April through May and June, it just feels like there's so many things that feel like they're just flipping belly up, and like all this stuff that's been underneath the surface for a long time is just like coming out. Do you relate to that? There's been a lot of stuff in my relationships, in my marriage, for example. All these things have all felt like they've just really risen to the surface. And so we've started having these challenging conversations where we're bringing up some of the deepest longings, fears, things that feel like they're not being met, things that feel like they're working, and things that feel like they're not working. And like really looking at on like a new level of honesty and vulnerability at these things. I'm so grateful because my husband has been like showing up to these conversations so open and receiving everything that I've been sharing and sharing his own feelings and just being so present and committed to figuring this stuff out together. And like, it's not like we haven't had a lot of hard conversations in the course of our marriage. I mean, we've been married for like 14 years and together for 18. But I don't know, something is different this time. It's like there's a new level of, hey, we need to figure this stuff out, or like maybe it's not going to work. Like we have to, like, this is really, there's like a level of realness and like really raw honesty that's showing up that I wasn't really sure, like when I brought it up, if it was gonna go okay. I didn't know. I thought like this might really break it. What if this breaks it, right? And it feels a little vulnerable to share that, but I'm guessing that there are points like this in a lot of relationships, right? Where you really don't know what's going to happen when you bring up this conversation. I feel really lucky that in our case, we've really been able to like start to figure some stuff out and start to conceptualize of our relationship a little bit differently. Like we've started creating more of like an intentional time-bound container for working on certain things together. Like, okay, for the next X number of months, we're going to work on practicing this and this together and giving each other feedback on it. And then we're going to check in after that time. And we've never done something like that. I have one person in my life who shared with me that that's how they do things in their partnership. And it was so helpful because I was like, I've never even heard of that as a thing. I've also been going through a bit of like what I would actually call an identity crisis. I've had a lot of those in my life. I don't really feel like that's new, but this one has felt different than any other one that I've had before. And it's been a weird time of feeling like nothing fits at all. Nothing. Like even the most superficial things, like the clothes that I have don't feel like they suit me anymore. The way I look doesn't feel like me. The way my hair looks, like all these things that are more appearance oriented. But it's not just that. It's like the way I run my life, the way I conceptualize everything, the way I operate in my life. It's been a period of a lot of discomfort and like me not feeling great because I just feel like I just don't feel like myself. I don't know what myself is, but it doesn't feel like me. And it's because I'm sitting in this moment of huge change. Like, and I'm guessing that you relate to this. I don't know, but I'm guessing you might relate to some of this, which is this moment feels like everything is completely turning upside down, changing. And like, it's so uncomfortable when you feel like you're in the middle of a change, but you don't know what's coming. You don't know what the new thing is. And so nothing fits, nothing's working, but you don't even know what is the new fucking thing. Don't know. You're just inside the... People always talk about the butterfly analogy, right? So people are always like, you're in the chrysalis, you're in the goo. And you're like, great, that's fucking great. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. It is a crap feeling. At least I think it's crap. I have to constantly remind myself, like, this is why you feel like this. It's because something new is coming and you just don't know what the new thing is yet. What I've been finding has helped me is just starting to experiment a little bit with changing the way I look a little bit, changing the way I organize my life, the way I do things, the way I spend my time, the way I orient to how I spend my time, like all the layers of it, right? It's not about throwing away the old stuff exactly, but it's about completely detaching from them, because if they're not working and they don't feel good, the only way I know how to go into the new when I don't know what the new is just start trying stuff. Just follow little wisps of intuition about what might feel better and just try it. Maybe it doesn't work out, but you gotta try. And so I've been trying little things, buying a few new clothes, seeing how I feel in them. And some of that is taking in new information. So like there's a book that I've been reading that's been really helpful. It's actually about parenting and like the way we conceptualize how we are as parents and the way we're raising our kids. And it's about like how people parent in cultures outside of the Western world and like how different those things are and what those look and feel like. And it's been helping me to have like these things in my life that feel like they're kind of shining light into spaces that I can't see otherwise. It's just amazing how just exposing like my own consciousness to other ways of doing things is so much light feels like it's pouring into my consciousness. And so there's all these things, like new information coming to light in my partnership, in my family life, and my parenting life, and in my personal self. There's just so much insight and information that's like pouring in. Just feeling for what else I want to share with you right now. I think I'm really realizing how vulnerable being a creator on YouTube is. It's really easy to teach on YouTube in a way. I mean, it's not easy. Like, don't get me wrong. Being a creator on YouTube is really hard. But I mean, just like staying in the mode of constantly like bringing intellectual content and teaching. It's easy to just keep doing that. But I am so wanting to bring more of myself on here. And I have to come back to what I was saying at the beginning, which is just, it is so much harder than it seems like it is. And one of the reasons is because it requires being vulnerable in a space where we all know, like, the internet is not typically a safe space to be vulnerable. YouTube is so special because it does have a lot of people showing up being vulnerable about what's going on in their lives. And I love watching those videos sometimes when they pop up. Just like a person, there's so many of them right now. Have you noticed this too? Like, there's so many people that are just starting channels on YouTube saying, like, my life's not working anymore. I have to change everything. And people are like, I'm going to sell all my stuff. I'm going to start my life completely over. I'm going to like move to a cabin in the woods. Like, there's just so many people out there doing that. And a lot of people are having this kind of awakening, like waking up to what it is to live in modern society in a way that I don't think a lot of us have thought about in this way before. And I love watching them because people usually are showing up in this way that's more raw, like a little more raw than a lot of people sometimes show up as, because they're having this like moment of real vulnerability, realizing that like the way they've lived doesn't feel aligned anymore. And I love to be with people that are in a state of deep sharing and vulnerability. And I want to be able to do that too. But showing up vulnerably in front of a black camera lens is really hard. I am going to keep showing up on here and sharing from my heart and sharing who I am with you and kind of what I'm working through in my own life. But it's going to be a little bit of an experiment because it's not something I know how to do yet. So I just want to say thank you. If you've watched this whole thing this far, I just want to thank you for being here and being with me, because it really means a lot to me. And I don't know where things are going to go. I'm staying here. Like, I'm not going anywhere. But I'm feeling some taps and callings kind of towards other modes of working. You know, I've been interested in teaching groups in person for a while now and kind of sitting with that and feeling for how I would do that. And I've also been starting to really feel interest in doing some one-on-one work with people, probably online, and trying to feel for how I'd want to do that too. If that's something that you feel like you'd ever be interested in, if you ever feel like working with me one-on-one would support you, like working through deep emotional experiences that really deserve a supportive container, you know, somebody that can be with some of the hardest emotions that we have as people, as humans, and dark emotions sometimes that come up, right? That's kind of something that I've built a lot of comfort with, is really dark, tough emotional states and kind of ways of being with those things. And I've learned a lot about that in my life. I think that it would be a really, really powerful experience for me to be able to have the honor, to be honest, like the honor of being a space for somebody who's going through some big shifts in their life and moving a lot of emotion through and just wanting support, I think would be an amazing experience for me. And so that's something it's kind of brewing in me and I'm thinking about, and I would love to hear from you if that's something that you think would ever serve you or interest you. So just let me know in the comments if so. But thank you so much for being here with me today. I wish you a beautiful summer if you are indeed in summer wherever you are, and I'll see you next time.